New York, it's the 8th of January, 2025. Our goal is to end the session in profit. How? ATM 5 points. How? Well, I can show you my four-step process. So, it's the same thing. But London session, you know, I ended it off this note, and I went outside, had an appointment. I just came back home literally like 5 minutes. What I would like to address is that during this time, like during my walk and the walk to and from the appointment, um, I had my subconscious mind. I've been able to consciously realize insights from my subconscious mind, which led to what is my winning narrative. Whenever I win a trade, I don't really think too much about it because it's just a standard, right? I focus a lot on why I lose, but I don't focus too much on why I win. Like, yeah, for sure, it's because I followed my rules, but I had to really consider when I was going deep, within my psyche on why I ended the session of this note. This is literally I wrote this up like 5 minutes ago. Like, I came in and then I wrote this down, and I believe this keeps me grounded. Whenever I win a trade, this is the reason why I was able to position myself in a profitable move. What is going on here? So, okay, we see rejections from this area. Let's just remove what's not needed. So, just from the 15 minute, I do see a wick. The origin of the move on a higher time frame. If we were to go on a lower time frame, we could easily adjust that. Um, hmm, to this last down candle. Did we reach it? We did. I'm also paying attention to the range we're moving back into right here. We can see a move like that, but of course it's the higher time frame. Overall, yeah, I personally trade in a range, which falls in line with what? Where are we? At the top and bottom of the 5 minute range between the 50-second origin now. We see this on a higher time frame. So where are we? We are at the bottom of the range. This is the top, this is the bottom. We're between the origin. Understanding that I'm between the origin, we're in a range. Yeah, simply, yeah, we're in a range. I was gonna say too many words, but yeah, that's just simplified enough. Now, the 5 minute range, if I were to, I'd like to see a low taken. We had this closure here on the 5 minute. A failure to close above. So really and truly, all we're doing is stepping into the previous range. This still counts. The current trend is down. So if I want to counter, I need to wait for a low to be taken. And I do recognize that we have unmitigated portions of the second flip here, right below the structural low. And not only that, if I were to check the 1 minute to get a general idea of where the origin of this move is, and we can refine that on the 15 second. The last down candle, I'm paying attention to this candle here, right there at 10:16, 15, I mean. So that rushing, that rushing into things, it's your job to manage substantial rejections from where? Unmitigated areas at, in this case, the bottom of the range, in order to move forward with your plan to buy low and sell high. Buy low at the bottom of the range, sell high at the top of the range. You need to see certain conditions met. What is that? I'd like to see a closure out of three pullbacks on the way down, because what currently is happening is a downtrend. Yes, it's a pullback and we may see a continuation. That's fine. Then we will just look for, if we do see a continuation, then we're just looking for shorts. Where? At the top of the range. What range? The 5 minute range. Okay, so and it's likely because it goes back to what I was contemplating about, was how do I respond to the first, second, and third 15-second pullback? Initiation, closure out of the first, second, we could get that third to anticipate a reversal. So the mistake I made during Tokyo, man, it's still ingrained in my mind. It did sting, bro, even though I'm back in nearly break even anyway. But I was focused on the 5 second. So essentially, I went in Tokyo session. The reason why I went through that losing streak was because I used the logic that I trade with on a lower time frame. As simple as that. Whereas you know, yeah, see the 5 second thingy, right? So see the 5 second previous range. See the origin, liquid rejection, and then you see a closure below the structural low. I just like to point this out. We see this last up candle here. Boom, boom, boom. And I'll highlight this just to show. So right now I'm just making sure I present information to my brain as cleanly as possible. That's what I'm doing right now. So I don't feel overstimulated trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Because we already figured it out. Now it's just about presenting it to our brain in a nice way. I say our like you're trading. Lol. So now I understand where I am. I don't care about you. That was just to highlight where we were. I believe all I have to do now is wait. I don't need to see the 5 second just yet. Let me zoom out as well. But 2024, I had the same logic. The thing is, I was using the top and bottom of the 5 second range, which can work. You can get in winning streaks, but the losing streaks are also there. The 15 second allows me to mitigate those losing streaks. So that's the realization that in fact, I'll just pay attention to just below. I got this low right here. Oh, what does he take it out? New York is way more volatile. That is one thing I do know. My idea to start longing starts at the unmitigated zone within the second flip here, within the second flip, which is number two, or see the mitigation of the second flip to continue the trend. So I trust the second flip to provide me with a substantial rejection. Not only that, I understand that, my experience on the 5 second, it's still the same rules. I'm seeing a closure out of the range. In order to counter the move in an area that I trust, I need to see three pullbacks. Because we are currently going against the 5 minute, but we understand that we're ranging. So in a range, we usually see substantial rejections. We're not anticipating for highs to be broken. At least I'm not. Because I keep saying we, like we are trading before. But I guess I'm just that word comes out because I do believe this is the most efficient way for myself though. I don't really know anybody else's strategies. So, but I don't see nobody like doing what I do still. Nobody. I know I'm the only one in this trading industry that's able to just actually explain every single decision that they make. I have not seen that at all by nobody. So that's why I know this is the most simplest model. It's simple because you're literally using open high lows and closes to make an informed decision. I'm not using any indicators at all. I'm using price. I'm using the data, raw data, just that in itself. Okay, cool, I may be cheating by seeing the higher time frame candles too, but am I? It's just a way of presenting information, raw information, rather than having to constantly, go back and forth time frames. We are currently sitting inside this huge, oops, down candle here. So we're ranging literally inside one candle at the moment. Let me see what the 1 minute is saying. Am I even recording? I am. paying attention to the 15-minute candles right now, just getting the higher time frame narrative. We are inside you. Now, this is a weak high. Okay. Um, okay. So the 15-minute is showing this high as weak. The 5-minute is showing this is the second flip. So just based on a higher time frame influence, the probability of this high, the probability of the market closing out of this range is higher than the market continuing down. But then again, it's all just probabilities. Either or can happen, but it allows for better decision making. Understanding that the higher time frame has more influence than the lower time frame. Oh, shit. So this is the type of move I was looking for in my mind. I did not have no plans to engage in it, but it was to the fact of like this question that I asked myself: how do I respond to the first, second, and third 15-second pullback? Understanding that a reversal is not even likely until we get the closure out of it, out of that third pullback, right? So when I see this, what's an area that I trust on the 15-second? Because we have yet, you know, our target is the second flip. If I can find it, we still have not reached our objective. And I understood that we were currently within our third. This is the third pullback. We had yet to close out of it. So, you know, let's say I was a part of this move. Why would I be a part of this move? For one, I see that we rejected from an area that I trust, which is the origin of the move, the origin of this swing out here. Two, I saw that we mitigated the second flip too. And secondly, I wouldn't have been in this move still. Why? Because we didn't move back into the 15-second candle. So this I would have missed out on, and that's fine. So I'm not saying that, yeah, I would have been in this, but it's just finding reasons like, because this is a gap in my logic that I'm trying to figure out here. Like, why am I not engaging in it? And I told you guys in London that it's due to fear. I don't know how to manage those moves just yet. So for my development as a trader, I need to see there's more to the narrative that I don't understand, but I know enough to make profit. So, that's just me. That's my approach when it comes to actually just, making a better decision and shit. But the reason why I'm hesitant in the first place and even engaging in this move was because we were in the middle of the range. The only thing that would have gave me confidence to even look for a setup here was that our target still wasn't met. So I'm like, okay, no, price can still move further up. So number one is that our target still hasn't been reached. And secondly, we still haven't had a closure out of the third pullback. So, and this is all theoretical here. None of what I'm telling you is practical, but it starts with theory. No, logic starts with theory, and then you eventually test it in back testing. Through historical data. But of course, you can also test in a live market just using your mind, right? Um, Either way, it's understanding where I am. I like to engage in the extreme, and in the technical term for the extreme is the second flip of the current trend, unmitigated area within the second flip of the current trend, or the origin. That's like how I see it in technical terms. So no matter what the market looks like, I know that there's only one area that I can call the second flip. There's only one area that I can call the origin. It looks different each and every single session, each and every single day, but the logic remains the same. And my job is to wait. Patience pays, no? The patience is literally waiting for the market to, what? It's number two. You need to see a closure out of a range to counter the trend or see the mitigation of the second flip to continue the trend. The mitigation of the second flip is to continue the trend out. But we don't need this whole move out in order to ATM 5 points. Sure, the risk may be more than 5 points. So, yeah, the invalidation is where? Where are we invalidated behind the 15-second origin? What is the 15-second origin? The 15-second origin is the closure against the last 15-second candle. A pullback into the 15-second flip. This 15-second flip is the origin. The move out is our entry. Where do we manage? Behind the last 15-second candle. So I know that just projecting it like this, I'm able to, my subconscious mind has an easier time taking it in, taking that information in and actually following that rule because, consciously following rules, hey, for me, it's hard. It's hard. I'd say it's harder than actually consciously following rules requires a lot of mental energy for me. And I've understood within myself that, subconsciously doing anything doesn't require you to do much at all. So when it comes to me rewiring my brain to end every session in profit, that's the standard. Now my discipline may slip as you guys saw in Tokyo, but the standard for me is to end every session in profit. In order to do that effectively and efficiently, it requires me actually rewiring my subconscious mind to make profitable, unconscious decisions. You need to make it unconscious. And we're getting there. Oh, but don't get it twisted though. Like I know I can speak of this right now because I can do it in back testing. And back testing on 1x speed, by the way. 1x speed. I may go on 2x speed. Yeah. I may go on 2x speed. But no fucking like I'm not going through like a 1 minute candle in 3 seconds. I'm not going through a 1 minute candle in 5 tenths. No, I backtest the same way I trade live, just a tad bit faster. I can go through 1 hour in real time in 30 minutes if I put it on 2x speed, just to save myself some time. It's still the same thing. But I'm not going bar by bar. Like each 15-second candle is going by in 1 second. I don't know. The whole point is managing your mental levels of satisfaction and your emotional response. Managing those two things, yeah, I know it is that is that is your job when it comes to managing yourself first as an individual. When it comes to your character, like if I mention this to somebody, do you measure your do you do you manage your level of satisfaction and emotional responses day to day? They're gonna think, what the fuck am I talking about? They're gonna think, I mean, like even responding to that question, it's not a quick fire answer like, oh yeah, duh. Like it's rare to to come across someone that knows what I'm talking about. But I don't need them to know what I'm talking about. I don't need them to validate. Like the market validates whether my trade idea is correct or not. And even then, I don't need the market to validate whether I'm correct or not. I just need to capitalize off the move, which is just, I just need to make it automatic. I just need to enter and have a stop strategy, and I'm Gucci. Currently at the top of the range. That's why I'm chatting shit. There's really nothing for me to do except wait. Sell. Another area I trust is a zone we reject from multiple times. I trust this area as well. I don't trust the area within it. I don't trust the unmitigated area within it, which would be here. I trust the closure out of that range to move back in, which is just further confluence into the move I was originally looking for, the mitigation of the second flip. But when it makes sense, even if when it makes sense, when I see a closure out of the what do you call it? This zone here that we reject multiple times. I can't like at this point. I don't know how to fully explain it. I can't like. It's more of an intuitive feel. Like that's why I say when it makes sense. I have to still put that in wording. When it comes to areas that we reject multiple times, but I see it a lot. I see it a lot. It's pretty much guaranteed, even if we don't mitigate the second flip here. But you know, in this case, it's right next to each other, so you know it works in our favor. Of course, we don't really need this to justify our reason for entering a trade right now, anyway. But you know, this is the origin of the move. I don't know if I did that precise enough, but we've also been rejecting out of this origin multiple times. So I know that I have a higher probability of winning if I wait for price to take this low and wait for confirmation. If I see confirmation in here, I'll take it. Why? Because I understand that the origin is it's a it's a high probability area to manage a substantial rejection from, and we still haven't closed out of the third pullback here. And understanding that this low is weak, it failed to put in another high, is the reason why I'm waiting for a closure out of the range, because I understand that in the event that we do go into this origin, I need to see five. I need to see three closures out of a pullback. And when it comes to that, depending on the higher time frame, like all for me, I just need to see an up candle, and I consider it a pullback because I know on a lower time frame, from a 5 second perspective, a 1 second perspective, that up move that you may see, I'll show you. Like on the 5 second, you can clearly see that we've been pulling back, and on the 1 second, it would appear larger. So when I'm observing the 15 second, I just need to see an up move. I don't need to see like a closure. And I emphasize that point because I placed those rules in back testing, and I realized, yeah, I'm overcomplicating things. Just see an up move, because I would end up missing setups just because of the way I count my pullbacks and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, that's why I just need to see an up move. What's the 1 minute doing? Just so I can get a better idea. Okay. If I see a 1 minute closure out of this range here, then I will wait for a for number three. Yeah. So of course we see more than three pullbacks. Yeah. Now I just wanna. I see a 15 second flip at the origin, but I'd much rather just wait for higher probabilities, because for me, trading to me is about making better decisions, making a better decision than the last decision that I've made. And I would much rather wait for high probability conditions of me winning than chasing a setup that I may think will give me profit. I see a failure though within the origin. I like that narrative. Oh, but no 5 second. Yeah, forget that. If I saw, wait, oh no, the 5 second is there. If I see the move back in, okay. So I would have to see a 15 second flip, just a second one here. So I like that. I like to see that 5 second. Let me make sure again. I need to make sure that's put. It's actually on point. Are we on point? Yes, sir. So as you can see, we see another substantial rejection that we're not a part of. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What's our target? Oh yeah, this is our target here. But of course, I was waiting for the pullback into the 15 second flip, but we didn't get that. That's fine. I used to chase these moves, but for me now at this point in my journey, like it's satisfying enough to it's satisfying enough knowing that I was expecting a substantial rejection in the right area. Like for me, that's good enough. And now, so we see the initiation, right? Now, I'm looking for a closure out. and I'm gonna manage behind the 15-second candle.
Order filled.
Fuck! I did it with no stop. Oh, and it was sim as well. Let me close it. Wait, what? Wait, what? What the fuck is going on? Yo, how do I close? How do I close? Oh, wait. Okay, cool. So this is my sim account. Okay, bro, I messed up. Let me go on Chart Trader.
Order filled.
That was crazy. That was crazy. That literally could have been. Anyway, you just saw me flop. I basically so it's not fucking connected. Like what the? Oh, that's probably why. And now if okay, cool, yeah. Now it makes sense. It was different. The chart trader was different. Anyway, you saw me make $700 non-intentionally. Currently at the top, I see one I'm paying attention to.
Order submitted.
And I manage behind the 15-second candle. I'm gonna have a pretty big stop, but we capitalize off uh the move out. And we manage behind the because our target still needs to be met.
Order filled. Order filled.
Whoop. So you guys literally just saw me implement the lessons I've learned, the lessons I've learned from Tokyo, London to New York, bro. This is this is what it takes. Your development as a trader. Anyway, first of all, how much did I make? Yeah, $300. I'm satisfied. That's cool. Considering where we were, so let me big up myself, man. What? Let me big up myself, bro. Let me big up myself, man. What? I'm telling you, like it's a proven process. It's a proven method. Let me actually, because I don't do it often, and I feel like doing it now. I don't celebrate often, bro, but I will celebrate this. Why? Because I mean, I know how to get out of drawdown. We just did it, right? But my G, my G, you just saw me make $1,000. Now, granted, the first trade of New York session was on a sim account by accident. But you guys saw me like I was in shambles, bro. You feel me? Now, I want to take the second trade, but I'm honestly satisfied. We literally turned it around, and I showed you guys the full process. And I really hope that, let me even get off the charts, bro. Let me even get off the charts. I really hope you guys, what I want you guys to take home was that the reason why I could end the day in profit is because of my introspective work. It's because I am constantly, I'm constantly wiring my subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind needs to be disciplined. The real work is the subconscious mind. When you're off the charts, to me, it was obvious because it's like, I like playing sports. I play competitively in any sport. Boxing is my main. Basketball is for fun. I don't put too much. What's the word? I don't put too much, like. Let's just say I try hard boxing, but basketball, I'm still competitive, but I don't allow a loss to, like. I won't get mad over a loss. If I lose, like if I get punched in boxing or if I lose a match in boxing, oh yeah, I'm pissed because, like, I guess I'm just trying to tell you the level of competitiveness. But anyway, what I've realized is it's a psychological game. It 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 starts there for real. Like, I'm personally one of those. I'm one of those. I was about. I'm one of those people. I was about to say the N word, but I don't need to say the N word, right? But I'm personally one of them people where I got talent. I know how to use my intuition. I know how to manage my now how can I even call it? I know how to manage my emotional impulse in such a way that I can get what I want each and every single time. I know how to capitalize off my intuition. I know how to use my mind in a manner that obeys my intuition. And I knew this from young. No. I've been doing it from young, but at a unconscious level. I believe that's where my talent lies. And it's only trading, actually, where to I was forced to literally project the logic that I use in a language where I could consciously realize what the fuck I've been actually doing all my life. Wiring your subconscious mind is by far your number one priority. By It's number one, starts there. Let's go over the winning narrative real quick. Where are we? Or maybe the correct term would be, where were we? Mm. Where were we? Where did I enter? Okay, we're right here. So we were at the bottom of the range between the 15-second origin. So when I say between, there's two origins within every range, the top and bottom, right? So there's the origin responsible for the structural high and the origin responsible for the structural low. Where were we? We were at the origin at the bottom of the range, which gave us a substantial rejection, and we understood that a reversal is not likely until a closure out of three pullbacks. You see, that's why I say the psychological work, I can't even call it psychology. Like, it's it's more of, fuck it, I'll just call it psychology. But it's something I just can't think of the word, like the right way to express it. But I know that traders watching this video will understand, like, what I mean if I put it under the context of psychology, right? But it was because I was self-aware of the reasons I was losing, that I could make this decision right here to engage in this move. I said it in Tokyo session. I'm so glad that it stinged, yes, but I'm very glad that it happened in Tokyo session and not London and not New York. Why? Because my mistakes would have been more costly. And London session and New York session, I proved to myself that I learned from my mistakes. And what was the mistake? I just simply did not follow the plan. During this whole entire trading session, I literally gave it's logic. Like it's there. It's a job. It's a routine. It's a standard operating procedure. That's how I treat it. That's how I treat it when I'm in the ring. That's how I treat it when I'm on the pitch. That's how I treat it when I'm on the court. What's your fucking job? It's to score points. And there's a method that allows you to score points in each session, in each game. I'm not talking about scoring points in the negative. I'm talking positively, bro. It took me so long to get to this point, to get to this type of. It took me so long just to write this down. It took me so long to get this to be able to act, because I'll be real. I know how to use my intuition, but that doesn't mean I know what the fuck, like, actually what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, intuition is a thing, because that's literally how I trade. Intuition is unconscious. Intuition is a sense that the mind does not understand. But I know for myself, it's it's more reliable for myself to depend on my intuition than my mind. That's how I've been ever since I came out the womb. Ever since I came out my mother's womb. Nobody had to teach me that. That's just how I operate. And it's not like I knew that growing up. That's what I've been doing growing up. But it's at this age, I'm 22 right now. It's at this age that I can consciously realize what I've been doing growing up. And I've been able to just compress all that fucking information in this one document. You're probably asking, how does this relate to games though? How does managing substantial rejections from unmitigated areas at the top or bottom of the range actually relate to sport? Well, consider the field, the court, the ring, your range. See, I pay attention to positioning when I'm playing, because that's the most fucking important shit that you need to learn. I pay attention to positioning. What is an unmitigated area in the ring, on the court, on the field? It's an area where nobody's paying attention to. That's the area you exploit. That's the area you drive from and shoot. What's the shooting motion? The shooting motion is just it's the click of the finger in trading terms. The execution, right? Shooting the ball, uh, um, let's say shooting would be, let's say, swinging or throwing a punch, jabbing, hook, like the activation of shooting, the activation of intending to score a goal, which is shooting. That's number what? Move out of the 5 second pullback. But I'm not even trying to philosophize things here. I want to keep it grounded, and I do my best to keep it, in technical terms. But see the 5 minute previous range and the 15-second origin. Consider counter trend setups first, because you have to consider the top and bottom of the range when you consider counter trend setups first. If I consider trend, if I consider continuation setups first, then I'll get lost in the sauce. I get lost in the sauce. Seriously. I would be lost in the fractality of the way I trade. I was lost in the fractality of the way I trade for 6 months. Imagine that. All it took was for me to get out of the 5 second. All it took was for me to use essentially the range on the. All it took was for me to move from the top and bottom of the range on the 1 minute to the 5, because the top and bottom of the range on the 1 minute would be the top and bottom of the range on the 5 second. But yeah, so the higher time frame range that I'd be trading would be the 1 minute, and the detail of that range would be the 5 second. But that was where I experienced winning streaks and losing streaks. I eliminated the losing streaks by shifting my perspective one time frame higher, which is the 5 minute previous range and the 15-second origin. So, the people, I don't even know who I'm going to share this to yet, but maybe I'll make it public one day. Um, but yo, you don't have, I'm telling you my journey, bro. How I even arrived here in the first place. How I even arrived to this profitable session, which was really, this was in Tokyo, this was in London, this was in New York. This was more of a how can I capitalize on opportunities that I see in hindsight. But the winning narrative is something that I already know of. I just had to impress it on my subconscious mind in a manner that it could accept more, in a manner that, duh, like why would I buy above here when I know it causes losses? Like, why would I do that? Like, it's that type of duh mentality. If you could call it that, the duh mentality, right? I don't know the name for it, but that type of response, like, duh, of course we won. Like, we waited. Where were we? Where were we going? Where were we managing? Where were we invalidated? Let me change that. It's that approach that allowed me to end the session in profit. I didn't end Tokyo in profit. I didn't end London in profit, though I was close to break even. You guys saw that I was at $20. But I ended New York in profit, and I ended the day in profit. In London session, I told you that I don't believe in losing days. Not at all. If you're losing, you're doing something wrong. If you have a losing day, you're doing something wrong. And no, don't blame it on your system. Then you just got a shit system. That's it. Because the market is doing the same exact thing every day. If you lose, it's because you lacked understanding. That's all. Or if maybe you didn't lack understanding. Maybe that's not all. Maybe you just didn't follow your plan. Maybe your plan, your model, you don't even have to trade the same way as me. The point that I want to get home is that your model that you currently use can be applied fractally. But I believe you'd come to a rude awakening of how sustainable that is. If you can't apply what you know on the seconds time frame, you do not have a fractal model. You don't. You don't have a fractal model if you cannot apply what you know on a seconds time frame. The 1 minute is cool, but I'll be waiting too long. That's how I even ventured into the whole 15 second, 5 second, 1 second. It was too long for me to wait. Now you can, like, I'm a person that I like to get straight to the point. Like I could watch a YouTube video. The only time where were we, man? The only time that I probably watch a YouTube video is if I need, like, let's say it's a tutorial. Essentially, if I need specific information about something, right? I'm pissed if they don't get to the point within 1 minute. Like, what the fuck? How is it that I'm 1 minute into the video and you still haven't gotten to the point? Seriously, I know you may say I have a short attention span. I would argue that I like to get straight to the point. You can't tell me I have a shit attention span when I can sit on the chart for an hour or two. But I'd like to end the session here, man. It's a standard operating procedure. It's a routine. It's a job. Treat it like a job. Don't even treat it like a business, because one thing I'll even say is one of the things that traders are missing, which I've seen a lot in, when I say trading industry, I'm talking about what I see on X, aka Twitter, on the For You section, is a lot of people are, I get it, the journey to profitability, it's a stage that many traders are on. But my bro, it don't stop there. You need to already realize yourself as a profitable trader. That's what I did. In my mind, it was a duh mentality, because that's what you have to realize yourself scoring points already consistently, back to back to back. You ask yourself, yo, how would a realized version of myself manage the situation here? And that's what backtesting is for, by the way, right? But once you've realized that and you're already applying that in a live market, then to the point of what I was trying to say is that what traders are missing is a sense of financial security. That's why I emphasize that trading is a job rather than saying that trading is a business. Because we all know how a business has its ups and downs. We see it in the NASDAQ every fucking day. The market is going either up or down, up or down. But guess what? You don't have to treat it like a business, because I've understood that what we all seek is security. What we all seek is security. Never mind financial freedom. Financial freedom is already guaranteed from trading. Best believe that. But financial security? Mm. I might have to take away the financial away from that sentence. It's just about security. How secure are you? Now, I'll be real. I still have anxiety when I trade. But what I understand about myself is that I manage my anxiety in an effective manner. I manage my anxiety in an effective manner. Shit, I had to really spell that out. In an effective and efficient manner. How? Because I realize that anxiety is just an emotional charge. It is the mind that colors that emotional charge, that labels that emotional charge as anxiety. Whereas, who fucking cares about the label? How do you manage that emotional charge? Are you going to allow that emotional charge to decide your next course of action? Hell no. And that's it. It's fucking simple. The fear, why do I say fear so weirdly? Like, I don't even like saying the word fear, because I guess it's something that, bro, what? Fear? What the fuck are you talking about? But fear, it's just an emotional charge. Will you allow that emotional charge to dictate your next course of action? Hell no. Now, something I struggle with the most is my level of satisfaction. It's not an emotional charge. It's more of a mental. It's a mental thing. That's where I struggle with the most. That's why I employ the ATM 5 points, number 5, to make it automatic. Because I know 5 points, 3 contracts, 300. Without even realizing it. Can you imagine that? Without even realizing it, I'm like, oh shit, you just got 5 points. I didn't even have to consciously, subconsciously even put effort into realizing 5 points because I know that volatility is just going to take me there. So I believe what I'm giving you guys is profitability, yes, but I'm taking it a step further. I'm giving you security in the financial markets. I'm giving you security in the futures markets, bro. That is literally, I'm giving you a job. I'm giving you a way to employ yourself. But I can't hold your hand. Why? Because this is a marketplace for decision makers. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision to click the button. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision to shoot the ball. At the end of the day, it's you that has to have the self-belief in the knowing that you can score a goal and go for it in a sustainable manner. I have to say that. In a sustainable manner that effectively and efficiently produces the result you desire, which is, of course, to score a goal. I don't know if you're hearing me, bro. I don't even know if you've even, if people are even appreciate, the ending of the sessions because I can't lie. This is the type of shit. It wasn't technicals. Technicals, like I said, I was profitable 3 months learning what the fuck the market's actually doing just through back testing. But the sustainability, the sustainability that I did not know I was the sustainability, the security. I did not know I was developing those things during the 6 months I was in a loophole within the 5 second time frame. I did not know I was developing that until I was mature enough to you know what? Let me take a step back. Let me take a step back. Just one up time frame. Because I understand what I do is fractal anyway. So I know that, the higher the time frame, the more points I can capitalize on anyway. So it's like, fuck it. I don't need to be all specific and no. Let me just be more simplistic about it. That's what 6 months. 6 months. This was around July. I'm gonna show you. I started making videos. Uh, Look, I started making videos. Look, July. The last. Wait, if I go into this playlist, the system that I trade, I started talking about it already. Uh, let's say June 5th, around June. I already had it. This is 2024. But the 6 months that I took out was I had to incubate myself because I had it, but I was too focused on teaching. I was too focused on actually sharing the information. Like I said, the whole point I'd say about my trading journey was to really, I was doing my best. I can't say it was the point, but in this time period, right, the sixth, seventh, eighth month of 2024, I was doing my best to put this all down logically, and this is the result. But I'm gonna end the session here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys really take in what I say, bro, because it's really about simplicity. It's not supposed to be complicated. The only thing you're supposed to be using is raw data. The only person, fuck that, I can't even say person, the only entity that you should seek validation from is from the market. Take care in it. Take care. Oh, it's been a wonderful session.